Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let me see if I can make a short and sweet video about this legacy admissions. Go to the AOL.com and it says top schools begin dropping legacy admissions after affirmative action ruling. And I'm going to tell you the real reason why they are dropping legacy admissions, because trust me, people don't do things just for the heck of it. It's always a motive behind it. But let's kind of scan through this little article and then we'll get to why you would drop legacy admissions. It says two top colleges are dropping the use of legacy admissions as criticism of the practice continues to mount in the wake of last month's Supreme Court ruling on affirmative action. On Tuesday, Western University announced it would stop giving prospective students with an advantage, if they were the children of alumni. The Pittsburgh Tribune Review reported Sunday that Carnegie Mellon University would no longer be considering relationships with alumni in its admission process. Now, if you don't know what legacy admissions is, it just means that your parents, grandparents, they all went to Yale. So when you applied, no matter if you got all A's or all C's or all D's, when you applied, it kind of helped you get into the school. Matter of fact, if your parents were donors, supporters, giving booster money to programs, it's a good chance that you could have a leg up in the admissions process. Shoot, matter of fact, it can even go down to grade schools. Like, I knew a time where there was this cat, he used to play Major League Baseball, and his daughter was on a softball team. This heifer was a junior, still playing on JV ball. She was a first baseman and a pitcher, and was sorry as all outdoors, but other people couldn't get the positions or get playing time because, well, he was giving money, a lot of money to the booster club and stuff. So, his daughter definitely had to be on the team. But I'm just saying, that's small potatoes, and that goes with like a lot of high schools and colleges and stuff like that. But so yeah, if your parents or your grandparents, giving money to help, build a library or put books in the library or get computers, expand the football stadium. Yeah, I'm quite sure you still would get a nudge to get into them schools. But again, like I said, I'm gonna tell you why, the financial reason why you stop a legacy admissions. Let me read a little bit more here. It said an applicant's connection to a Wesleyan graduate indicates little about that applicant's ability to succeed at the university, meaning that legacy student status has played a negligible role in our admission process for many years, President Michael Ross said in a statement. In a statement to the Tribune Review, a spokesman for Carnegie Mellon said each applicant is evaluated by the same criteria, irrespective of legacy status. CMU does this to ensure equity throughout the admissions process for all students. Also, according to the Tribune Review, the University of Pittsburgh stopped considering relations to alumni in its process in 2020. Said the moves follow the Supreme Court's ruling in June against the use of race-conscious admissions for college. Let's see what else. They say for years, activists have been calling for an end of legacy admissions, a benefit that is sometimes called affirmative action for rich white people. Take a listen, remember that, rich white people. In an op-ed earlier this month, Representative Barbara Lee, Democratic California, who is black, wrote the Supreme Court did not strike down affirmative action for everyone. It was just taken away from everyone that's not wealthy and white. Remember, wealthy and white. Remember that. Now check this out. Harvard, which was the center of one of the Supreme Court cases, leans heavily on legacy admissions. Now I ain't seen the word where they said they're gonna stop it, but a 2019 study found that 43% of white students at the university were legacies, athletes, or related to donors, faculty, or staff, often referred to as ALDC. Now, shoot, you know what? I thought about it. Hell, if I could go back and get a job at one of these colleges, man, I would have done it. And that way my kids could have went to school for free. Shoot, I do it, man. I had no shame being a janitor or custodian or maintenance man. My kids can go there for free in the school. You heard? Let's say, while ruling against affirmative action, Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote in a concurrent opinion that Harvard's preferences for the children of donors, alumni, and faculty are no help to applicants who cannot boast of their parents' good fortune or trips. Remember that, good fortune. Write that down. Take a note. Or trips to the alumni tent all their lives. While race neutral on the face too, these preferences undoubtedly benefit white and wealthy. Take a note. Applicants the most. Still, Harvard stands by them. Let's see. According to Education Reform Now, a think tank focused on education policy, legacy admits make up roughly 10 to 25% of admissions at top universities. A recent survey by Generation Lab found that 3 out of 4 college students say it's not fair for schools to consider legacy during the admissions process. So that's what you do. So think about this. You do legacy admissions because of money, right? That's really what you do it, because you got people that, went to your school. Let's say they got great grades, good grades. Well, first of all, you're gonna say, hey, they come from quote unquote good stock, right? So you automatically let them in. But the key thing is, if those alumni are giving back, to the schools annually, then that would definitely make a school say, well, hey, we need to put their kids in, their grandkids in, because they're giving good money to the school, keep the dowry afloat, keep the dowry in the billions, in the hundreds of billions. Let's see, scroll it down. Let's say since 2013, the percentage of students in our income class, say Johns Hopkins, Amherst University, California system, and public schools in Colorado. Let's say since 2013, the percentage of students in our incoming class who have a family connection dropped from 8.5% to 1.7%, and percentage of first generation or limited income students rose. Get this. First generation or limited income students rose from 16.7% to 30.8%. Farouk Day, vice president of the Johns Hopkins University, said in a tweet. Now, I'm not going to read. Is a lot left? Not really. I'll let y'all read this. It's all about civil rights and how they were sued and yada, 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 yada. But here is why. Here is why you cut legacy admissions. This is on brookings.edu website, and this paragraph sums it up. It says, according to the Department of Education college scorecard, students who graduated or withdrew in 2017 or 2018 from elite or highly selective colleges and graduate programs, as ranked by Barron's, owed about 12% of all student debt in those years, but accounted for only 4% of all borrowers. So what that tells you is they make up a large amount of the student debt. So you get rid of the legacy admissions, you bring in people who can't afford to go to your school. What do? They take out student loans. The student loans with these high interest rates, the things that you will pay every year for the next 20 years at least. Well, on average of 20 years, give or take, depends on how much money you got or how fast you can pay them off, or if you're paying minimum balance. I seen stories where guys say he paid a minimum balance for 10 straight years and owed more than what he took out. This is what you call this, like a grift, or this is like a scam, or what have you. It's a guarantee as long as people are paying, which most people will do because they want to get a forbearance after them 20 years. As long as people are paying, you are guaranteeing money in your pocket, extra money. Like I say, the alumni, most of the rich white people, their family probably have money to where they're paying the 20,000, 40,000 a semester, a year, or whatever, for the student. Clear and free. There's no interest. But when you got money going out and you got to pay people, you got to get money coming back in, and you got to make extra money. So you would prefer, one, you get student loans. The students get these student loans, and it's guaranteed that the schools will get that money. So that's why these schools charge so much. One reason why they charge so much, they swept down that, faculty and upkeep of the schools and all, and what you call it, computer technology, all that kind of stuff, raises the price of tuition, which is like ridiculous, just ridiculous to what they charging. But if we can get more students who pay student loans, one, it's better for the schools, because like I say, the schools get their money from the government, so they already paid. Two, it adds money back to the federal system because, and like I say, it keeps poor people poor, because you paying these student loans and you paying off debts and you getting these bullcorn degrees, and the money you make doesn't justify the loans you took out. So you'll forever, your people will forever be struggling to make money or to become financially independent or to become wealthy anytime soon. So it's a win for everybody in that system. So my point is, man, don't look at this and cheer, because it's not here to help us. It never was, it never is. The only way we help us is to help ourselves. Get into what is them programs you can get to where you can, lock in your child's school education rate when they're a kid, and just pay monthly. And so then once they're ready to go to school, you just give them that check and their school is taken care of. Was it 543 or something like that? 534C, something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Or do some investing when they're younger, put in a few dollars here, a few dollars there, and just keep doing that until once they get, like I say, a certain amount, then they can, go to school with that money. But you just got to look beyond the surface of these things, because like I said, they're not for the common people, never have been, never will be. Don't ever think they're going to do something for you. People do not give stuff to you that they're going to miss, period. So it's a grift. It's another way for them to just put more money in the pocket. So you take away those who got the money to pay for it, like I said, and you bring in the people who can't pay for it. And it says, what, 4%, that 12% is going to rise, that 4% is going to rise. And all the banks and the schools, they make their money. And it's a never ending cycle, because think about it. Debt and interest on top of debt is fake money. So which means it'll never be repaid fully. You can't, because it's not real. It's not there. For instance, let's just say that there was $1. Let's say that in the entire world, there was just $1, right? That one person owned or controlled. And then you get a person that says, hey, I want to build a house. And you say, okay, well, that person says, I'll give you 10 cents. But I want to build a house and I have no money. Say, okay, well, I'll give you 10 cents to build this house, but you got to pay me back interest, right? Well, the thing is, where's the interest come from? Because all the money is already in circulation somewhere. You see what I'm saying? All the money is in circulation, doing something somewhere. All money is in the bank, all money in your pocket. All money is doing something. And so, or it's in someone's hands. Let's say that. So let's say I'm gonna charge you 10% interest. Well, where you gonna get the interest from? Okay, well, I gotta work for somebody over here who may have 10 cents, and he's gonna pay me 1 penny, at a time to do work. So every time I get paid, I got to pay for this house, but I got to pay interest, and whatever the interest is, like I said, I'm paying imaginary money. So now I got to pay 10 cents. So I got to pay like 12 cents on top of 12 cents for the house. but I don't have 12 cents. And there's no, where's the extra 2 cent come from? Because the 2 cents is already out there in everybody's hands. So like I said, so you're borrowing from somebody who's borrowing from somebody who's getting it from somebody, and it's just a circle. You understand? That's how you get wealth in your community, as your dollar stay in the community and it circulates, and the longer circulates in your community, the more wealthy you get. But when people start charging interest on top of stuff, now they got to go somewhere else to get that money, because that money is not in the community. Because if it wraps around and catches itself, you realize that somebody is short or somebody been lied to. So that's all it is, man. That's the game. Understand the game. That's why they say be a lender, not a borrower. When you get loans, get the cheapest interest rate that you can and pay it off as quick as you can. Because, like I say, it's a never-ending cycle, man. People trying to get rich, they're going to take every dime from you. And this is no different. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.